Good afternoon, dear teacher. We're going to talk about the cultural icon. Well, I chose the White House, but I would like to explain why. Uh, at my university, I have been studying about that kind of arts, and I would like to start with the contemporary art. For example, contemporary art, explained technically, is a concept that is used to describe in general terms the artistic expressions originated during the 20th century. That is, in a more colloquial, we could say that the contemporary art is the one that is made in our time. But this is depending on the person who talked about him, since there are several ways to understand this concept. For some people, this concept emerged in the last decade. For others, this concept was created in the World War II, 1945. There are also people who believe that this concept was developed in the contemporary age. Therefore, it all depends on who uses this concept, since a lot of diversity of opinions at the origin of this concept. Although more general definition of this concept is that it was born in the last century. It must be taken into account that all the arts prior to the modernists were used for religious education for the most part, with dark paintings, things like that. Then comes to the modernist art whose purpose was to oppose that style. Now I will detail what type of art is modernism. Modernism conveys the idea of agility through curved lines, motifs inspired by nature. These trends will be taken to all areas, including the subway, so that people become familiar with the feeling. Modernist Modernism is an international style, an urban and bourgeois manifestation. Fashion is disseminated in illustrated magazines that proliferate throughout Europe. A need for renewal and change is created. It is intended to create a new style without reference to the traditional theme of style. The first manifestation of modernism is the furniture and objects of use. It has a strong ornamental component. It is inspired by flora and fauna in the process of stylization, thus being able to reach almost abstraction. Well, the modernism art is related to White House because White House wanted to um, take into account just new kind of styles, light, new curves, and they didn't want to continue with the last kind of arts that was just with things darks that was very ugly. So, in my opinion, the White House is the opposite to the antique styles, antique arts. I would like to mention you some parts of the White House. For example, the mansion finished being constructed in 18th with a total cost superior to the $2,100 of the time. Carved stone from Scotland was used to make the peculiar facade, leaving the house grey. In 1814, the British Army destroyed part of the house. After its reconstruction, it was completely painted white, preserving the color to this day. Well, I explained the two kinds of art, the contemporary, contemporaneum, the contemporary art, and now the modernism art. So this is my information about that. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.